in
You're
a
right.
day.
You're right. You're right. Welcome, guys. This is the Men of the Metaverse podcast. I am Brandon. I'm here with Lewis. We are on a what's today? Wednesday. We're on a
Yes.
It's a Wednesday night. This is the second time we've went live this week. We didn't do Sunday. We're trying to step it up. We see you guys being more engaged, so we're gonna try to do our best to give you guys more content. We appreciate the comments. Please keep that up. Louis, how you doing? I don't know whether you see some of the stuff I titled. We talked about something earlier today, but I saw Damian Lillard got traded to the Bucks. Did you see that?
I just seen that maybe 2 minutes ago on my phone. I didn't know it was real or false.
Right. That's why I said. How, that doesn't even sound right. But he did want to get out of Portland. So,
Sound right to me. You got a guy who dashes to the hole, and
hmm
one guy could pop up for the three. But you know what happens once
who's
you get
popping up
traded?
for the three? Who's popping up for the three?
Damon Lillard.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And
I
once
thought
it
you.
happens,
Uh,
once people get traded, his 3-point shot gonna go away. You know what's gonna happen?
so he's saying he's not going to be as good as he is in Portland, or he's not. His shot isn't going to be as good because he's playing in a different system.
I rarely see a person once they change over, it'd be something different.
Right, right. It's gonna
Nah,
be. It's gonna. He can shoot still, but he's not gonna be pulling up from half court and doing stuff like he did in Portland.
how your boy, the light skinned guy with the curly hair
Who would say that?
from the Warriors,
What
Clay?
Clay Thompson?
How's he pulling up?
Yeah, he's barely pulling up.
He didn't pull up since his knees wasn't broke, since his ankles
Right.
wasn't broke.
He's definitely not the same player, and I'm not sure how many seasons Damian has played. Would you say he's still in his prime? That's a
No,
tough question.
no,
So
no,
when was his
no.
prime? When was his prime?
Probably about maybe 3 to 4 years ago.
All right, because he's been a great player, and like I say, sometimes when you're the best player on a okay team, you're gonna look great. But when you move to a team where like the Bucks, when the focus is on you, everybody, the media is gonna be on you. Every little mistake you make is gonna be magnifying. That's when you really see what kind of player you are. And I think people still leaning towards him being a superstar, and I'm not sure if he's in his prime. I'm pretty sure he's a great scorer, but you're gonna have the Bucks were already a great team, and they kind of blew that up a little bit.
Let me reason I say he's not in his prime because he's older now, so he's more
Right,
prone to getting hurt.
right.
So when LeBron James was his prime, he broke two ankles and the knee
That's true.
back the next game playing.
Right.
Now, if he had pulled anything, he's out for
Groin.
three.
You're right.
He's out.
You're right. He
He's
wants
out.
to still try to play, but your body just like,
Ugh.
no, I can't. I can't jump back out there like I used to, and that's
That's like
okay. That's
that-
okay.
that's like you saying Steph Curry is in his prime. He's not.
Steph Curry had. Wait, do you think Steph Curry is more reliable now than when he first got in the league? Because when he first got in the league, he had them paper ankles, and he was out a lot. He was. They didn't even think he was going to be a superstar because they had Monte Ellis, and Monte Ellis was balling. They was like, "Nah, Steph can just rest on the bench. We'll figure this out with Monte Ellis."
Well, you see, he had to get in his grown man body. That's all that
Correct.
happened.
Yeah.
Happened. So
Correct.
you saw how the skin and bones rubbing together, catching on fire in 2009, 2010, 2012, 2000. Talk about he the GOAT, but how many years? 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012,
Right.
5 years.
Right.
Talk about I'm the GOAT. You ain't no damn GOAT.
Right. And I pulled up Damian Lillard's career because I want to see how long he's been in the league. He's been in the league for 11 years, so
Mhm.
that's a long time, and we can kind of look at his stats. Let me see if we can make it a little bigger, or you can kind of see it that way. But what's his 3-point shooting? 37% for a career. So is that good shooting? Do you think that's good shooting for three? Because we kind
Yes.
of okay.
That's not elite
So he,
shooting.
so is he what's a what Russell Westbrook
It's
was
like
about 30.
33, 30. Yeah.
So is that good or not?
No, Brandon, we talking about threes here.
Okay.
So if you add 10 more, if you add 10%, he be in Stephon Curry range. So
right.
if you go to 40, you be like
That is
elite.
that is good, right? Like I said, that's a lot more threes than you think. I mean, 33, 37% it seems close, but
But
that's a lot more made threes.
But
And
here
it does
no,
affect the game differently. But go ahead.
wait, hold on. Here's the thing we have to do is 37%. How many? That's how many threes taken per game. That's what
You're
really
right.
matters.
Correct. Right. Yeah.
Because
So
your boy Steve Kerr, he's the highest, I think the highest percentage in the NBA.
what?
But how many threes per game
Curry?
he
You talking about
took?
Curry? You said Steve Kerr,
Steve
but you talking,
Kerr.
oh, you talking about the coach?
Yeah.
So you when he was shooting, you said he wasn't shooting that many,
No,
but he was making them.
he has, I think he has like the highest
Really?
percentage.
Okay.
But he only
Oh, okay,
shot
yeah, yeah.
two.
That okay. I
He
see
only
what you're saying.
shot two
Yeah,
a
that's
game.
what I'm about to. That's
So
what
he
I'm about
had
to
to
say.
hit one of them.
Right, because back in the day, definitely, you wasn't shooting no 15 threes in a half. You may shoot a team may shoot 7 threes in a whole game combined almost because that just wasn't the shot people was going for. And like you say, Kerr would be shooting 2 threes and making them because he would be like, look, if I'm a shooter, I guarantee I got to be open. Timothy Taylor said Dame is not a good defender. Boston and Miami still would beat the Bucks. Okay, like I said,
Here's a good fact. Boston ain't being nobody because you got light skinned guy ain't doing nothing.
We're talking about Kobe. That's Kobe. Kobe reincarnated
Nigga,
is Jason Tatum. Well, that's what he say.
He ain't doing nothing. He proved himself.
But why is that? Because he's a great regular season player. But as soon as you get in the playoffs, he act like he can't shoot, he can't score, he can't dribble.
He can play in the playoffs. It's 50-50.
Sometimes,
roll of the dice. So he better win that first game.
So, right.
Just like Curry and Clay is like that now. It's roll of the dice. Yeah. It's inconsistent. And Miami, a good team, they're too small, man. Man, they're too small, so and you don't have a superstar.
Yeah, they would have been perfect. Do you think so? You think Dame going to Miami would be better than Dame going to the Bucks? Because then the Bucks got beat. Did they get beat the first round or the second round?
They got beat. They got beat
by
Miami.
Beat by the Heat. Yeah, they got beat by Heat.
Yeah, they got beat by Miami.
The Bucks is a great team, but you can bully the Bucks because that's not really an aggressive team like that. Even though you got Giannis, he likes to shoot threes. He should be able to dominate in the hole. You can beat the Bucks.
How Miami go bully the Bucks?
They did.
And the center is 6'9". Brandon,
and where is he from? Where is he from? Is he from
nowhere America?
Is he from nowhere America? No, he's not.
No. Nowhere in America. Bam.
Has he already? Oh, we talking about Bam or you talking about Giannis? I'm talking about Giannis.
Okay.
Who would you? Let me ask you. Who would you take in a street fight, Bam or Greek Freak?
We talking about basketball here.
I'm just saying that's the same thing. Now when you're playing somebody basketball, they can intimidate you, or you can intimidate them.
Tie. They both soft. They both soft.
They said they both soft.
You know they is, Brandon.
There's one softer. I think Giannis isn't as hungry for a championship because he won a championship, and just like the Joker when he won a championship, I think players don't really care about championships like that.
Giannis ain't never had to eat no government cheese. Giannis never had to run at home because they start shooting up the basketball court.
Correct.
Only cheese he ate is goat cheese from Greece. Goat cheese and crackers. He ain't hard.
Right.
He ain't tough.
Right.
He got like that European spirit. You know what I mean?
And he's a strong, he's a strong athlete, but he just, I don't know. He's just an overseas player. And that's just what it is.
Dion will call him a leader. He won't be a dog.
I got you.
There you go. So now that's no disrespect.
No, it's no disrespect at all.
He ain't gonna be he ain't no dog. Ain't no dogs left in the NBA.
Correct. But that's what I'm saying. What happened? Why does it seem like it's the toughness isn't there, the aggressiveness isn't there? Like, is it just the money and people are just not really worried about basketball like that? We just having fun. We just, we just taking it easy. Like back in the 90s, it was rough playing basketball. Like the spotlight wasn't as big as it is on the NBA like it was back then. So what has changed? What's changed?
I think the spotlight could have. What you mean the spotlight wasn't big?
Well, when Jordan was coming up, that's when the spotlight started to shift on the NBA. And it's like, hey, look at this product. We want to make it global. NBA is global now. It's big. People getting a bunch of money. I'm not saying players weren't getting a lot of money back in the day, but it's not compared to what it is now.
Brandon, okay. Michael Jordan got what 33,000, like his 33 million his last
Yeah,
year.
yeah. We're talking about Jordan, but I'm talking about early in the 90s though.
Well, we in the 90s. All right, 33,000, 33 million.
But do you think? But that's what I'm saying. Do you
Wait,
think?
hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm the money guy, ain't it?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, now they're making 50 million. But if inflation, if you kept on inflation,
so you're saying it's about the same? It's about the same.
No, it ain't the same.
Okay,
they make less now. The numbers just look bigger.
So okay, that's a fair point.
You know, how much a car cost back in '98? You could get a brand new car for $7,000.
Correct.
When I graduated college, I could have bought a brand new car in 06 for $7,000.
I don't know about that. It'd have been $20,000. What car you gonna get for $7,000?
You could get a Nissan. You could have got almost a Yaris.
Okay.
You could get a Hyundai Accent. You could have bought a. You saw the commercials. Car payments $99 a month,
right? Which is doable. No, you can't do that now.
$1,000 down, brand new car.
Right, the cheapest car you can get now, maybe like a $20,000 Kia or something like that, or a Hyundai.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So what you're saying is players actually they were richer because of the value of the dollar back then compared to what it is now. You're reading Timothy Taylor. Shout out to Timothy because he commented on one of our videos too. But yeah, he said I'm from Chicago and Dane's wife not going to enjoy living in Milwaukee. Yeah, that's a good point too. Like, and that's why I was asking you about Charlotte. Like maybe some football players they don't want to play, they don't want to live in Charlotte. But what about Milwaukee?
Who don't want to live near the big booty holes, Brandon?
I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about let's talk about Milwaukee though. But I think Charlotte is a great city. But that's us. Like Charlotte can be a small city if you're from Chicago.
Dane likes small stuff. That's why he's in Portland, Oregon. That's Oregon, right?
Right. I agree. But you hear what he said about Dane's wife. That is important too. Like your family being moved to a different city, especially Milwaukee. So we will see how that goes.
Hell no. Dave making $50 million a year. She moving.
She moving where? Oh, with him?
Well, hold on. I don't want to say. You know, Ty, he retired. You know what's gonna happen.
What's gonna happen? Tell me what's gonna happen. I have no clue what's gonna happen.
They go 18 months. It's between 16 and 18 months after retirement. Somebody gonna go to the courthouse. Unreconciled differences.
Right, correct.
I want spousal support.
Right.
Based on his NBA salary because it's still in effect.
Right.
That's what they're gonna do. That's what shit.
True. Well, we're rooting for his relationship, whether it's his black love or not, because we I don't know. I'm pretty sure he got a black wife, but I'm just saying that part doesn't really matter that much.
You think how much you want to gamble? You think his wife black?
I put 100% on her being black, just because Dame trying to drop a rap album. So yeah, I would say his wife is black.
Yeah, I think she's black, but don't let her stand in the sun for too long. That's all I'm saying. Because she may burn up.
Oh,
no, but she's black. That's a black woman.
Right.
That's a black. Hold on. Yeah, that's a black woman.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And it looks like they've been together for a long time too. So.
Yeah, I don't think. Hold on. If she don't lose no weight, she ain't going nowhere.
What you mean,
Brady? You know how women do.
No, tell me.
When women ready to leave, they get their money up.
Right.
They get toned back up.
We'll see.
And the next man get the best thing.
But see, that's the thing that people think they'll watch our show, they'll listen to what we say, and we'll be joking. We're not generalizing all women, but we've seen certain women do certain things, and we'll speak on that, and they think we're bashing all women, and that's not true, and that's not what we're trying to do here.
How's that bash? What did I say, bro?
But it doesn't matter what you say nowadays. If you speak what you just said and try to say that's what all women do, that's how people are going to take it. Sometimes people take things literally when they see in a video clip.
Okay, let's talk about the guys. Here's what guys do when their wife leave them. They could do two things. They could do three things.
What's that?
Shoot themselves in the head.
That's
Get-
one for sure.
Get fat,
Yeah, okay.
or go to the gym and get ripped.
There you
One
go.
of those three
right,
things
right.
is going to happen.
Let me see what Timothy said. I've been to Wisconsin. Some white people in Wisconsin, when it's 15 degrees, sleep with their bedroom. Wow. So no.
Well, Tim, let me let you fill you in on wonderful people. They are the people from the cold climate, and it can be. I don't want to get kicked off. I'm about to say it can be the reason why they're aggressive.
Hey, oh, I was gonna say the skin color.
Because while we was in Africa growing strawberries, in calf, they had to fight to grow them potatoes. They had to rob and pillage. There was the word pillage, right, Brandon?
Yeah, that's true. Because it is hard to grow things in the cold. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
When there's snow on the ground.
Resources to survive. And in the early days of the Anglos and the Germanics and all those people over there, when the times got hard, they ate the kids. And if it get real hard,
I'm gonna just say allegedly.
Okay, and it get real hard, then they ate the woman. But I ain't saying nothing else. Okay. So that's it could be in the blood. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Louis, let me ask
allegedly.
Allegedly. Let me see what Timothy said. They were eating Jupiter roots in Europe. What is a Jupiter root? I don't even know. I don't even know that. But
Louisiana shit.
Let me ask you about. Let's shift the focus because we do talk about women rappers. I know this is your boy, Finesse 2Tymes. Did you hear this story about Finesse 2Tymes?
Hold on, what happened? Gets both his girl pregnant. What's wrong with that?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna ask you about this. So, do you see anything wrong with this? If you, I think he had 3 girlfriends at the time. I guess he was doing a polygamous relationship. I guess that's what.
How can you do it? Okay.
I guess because he's not. You do that when you're married, but
that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm like,
he's working towards that. Allegedly, we'll just say he's allegedly doing that. But do you think this is going? How do you think this is going to end? He has money. I guess. I'm not sure what he's putting his money into because, like I said, he got out of jail, had a buzz, he had a hit song. I think he had a couple of hit songs. But do you think this is going to end well for him? I
think so.
But why? Do you think you have a bias towards Finesse 2Tymes or men? Can men do wrong?
No, okay. I don't have a bias, but just think about it. It's almost a win-win.
How?
Now, since he's on the road, one girl can take care of the other girl, be there emotional for him. Baby, I know what you're going through. I'm pregnant too. and they can be there for her. It's called sister wives, ain't it?
Okay. But depending on what type of woman you have, she's going to be raising your baby. I'm pretty sure you've seen Chrisean Rock, what's going on with her and Blueface.
Brandon, now I saw a picture of Chrisean Rock and Blueface when they was young. Blueface is probably
what?
He's
a little feminine, you think?
I saw that picture, that young picture. He was getting beat up in high school. I tell you that.
Right. I think she was trying to allege he was bi, or go that way too a little bit. Maybe she was mad. She might just been saying that just because she was mad, but she said that.
Now, no, get on topic, Brandon. Now, what you talking about?
Well, we're talking about Finesse 2Tymes having a baby, getting his girlfriends pregnant, and them having a baby. But
he'll be fine.
You have to be careful who you get pregnant, right? Because when they bring a child in the world, that's the mother. So you want to make sure that the mother is stable. You can't always predict how the person is going to be, but you can always kind of vet them out and see. Do you think Chrisean Rock, the things you saw before she got pregnant, do you think she was, ready to be a parent?
No, she ain't ready to be an adult yet.
I agree.
Finesse 2Tymes, his women, just by the looks of their bodies, they'll make some fire moms. And they probably
so why you say that?
Brandon, because you know what I'm talking about.
Why? Because it's thick.
Yeah, you know, they had them biscuits coming up. They ain't gonna be out
Okay.
here
But
busting them wide open in back seats. They can't fit in the back of them.
right, I hear you. I guess it could work, right? But so would you? I guess I don't know. So what's the odds of this not working out? You're a numbers guy. You like to look at things with odds, weighing stuff out. I just
All
don't
right.
know.
Oh,
Would you take the
it's
chance? Would you, if
it's
you was
it's a,
him, what would you do? I just want.
it's a
I'm not
90,
doing this because. Go
what,
ahead.
damn, you gonna let me ask a question?
Go
You ain't
ahead.
gonna let me ask you a question.
I am. Go ahead.
If his cash flow shuts down or slows up, it's a 90% chance it may not work. It may not work, but I don't know. It may
Okay.
work because they may love each other.
Okay.
I think they cook together, ain't it?
I'm not sure. I saw a little bit. It looks like they may have something, but like I said, you bring some kids into a mix, it's going to be a lot different because he may get tired of dealing with them and the kids. He may be trying to get another girlfriend or concubine or whatever he's trying to do. Because, like I said, he hasn't married any of these women, but they're girlfriends. So now
But
they're.
But
Go
by
ahead.
the size of their thighs, they already got kids.
You think so?
Come on, Brady.
Okay.
Come on now.
I'm just trying.
Come on now. You know, guys like this, some thick girls. They may not say it, but they'll be up in there. You know,
Okay.
frying some whitey in the back. And she come
Okay.
to you with a drink, with some Hennessy or whatever you
But
drink.
and that's my thing. I think Finesse 2 times. He's an older gentleman like we are, because he's older than we are. So I think he know what type
Wait,
of
hold on.
woman.
How old is he? Because they be lying about the age. How old is he?
I don't know. Well, he looked like he's 40 something. So
Yeah, I think he looks like that, but I think he'll claim 20 something.
no,
I think he'll claim 30.
he might.
Yeah, he claimed 31.
You lying.
Born in 92.
So Finesse 2 times born in 92. Ain't
What?
no way.
Well, they gotta lie.
You don't
The
even-
rappers can't be famous in they 33 unless Jay-Z.
You're right. Timothy said, "Are they with him for his looks or his name?" That's a good question. And that's
No, I think they probably like the man. Come on, man. The man got famous. The man's got money. So you know why women like him.
That's why I want you to try to. I'm trying to pin you down on that. They with him for his money, and that's nothing.
But he got two thickest girls.
So you think if he was broke, getting out of prison, just doing whatever he did, he was working at wherever at a warehouse, you think he'd have 2 girlfriends and they would be okay with being with each other?
He may have one of them.
Yeah, he may have one, but let's just say 2 of them, and they're okay. And like I say, he had 3.
Brandon, money give you options. So he didn't have no money.
You're right.
He wouldn't have the options to get the other one.
You're right. But I just want you to say that they're with him. They may like him, but the money does make it a sweeter deal. And if the money dries up, they will be gone. And I think he knows that. But he doesn't care. Like I say, I think people, when they have money, they decide whether what kind of life they're gonna live. They may want a more exciting life because the regular life may not be for them now because they have money. They can do whatever they want. Should we let people do what they want to do with their money if they're not hurting anybody? Yeah.
What you gonna tell me, Brandon? Tell me why I can't do something with my money.
Well, I would say, let's refer to the Bible. I'm like that. I guess at some point we got to be like, okay, what's right from wrong? What should we be trying to aim for as men?
Hold on. What you mean, refer to the Bible? What you mean by that?
Does the Bible say anything about having sex before you get married?
A man can have sex with his person he's engaged to. Yeah,
he's not engaged. He's not.
How you know?
He's not. I know.
How you know?
Don't go there. I know because he said they're girlfriends, and I'm pretty sure they would be showing their rings off online or just saying that.
Oh, that's white people stuff. You could be engaged.
You're good. You're good.
You could be engaged by the talk. All 2 of them girls and him come to the Lord. Talk to the Lord. Say, Lord, these gonna be my wives, but not right now.
Not right now.
But these gonna be my wives.
That's a good point.
That's fine in the Bible.
Okay. And next time we talk about something that Sexy Red does, I'm gonna spin it the same way, just so we can say we get.
I said, man, women can't do that, Brandon.
Well, why not? That's not fair. That's not fair. That's what some people say. That's not fair. Is it double standards with men and women? Yes, it is.
Was it having two women who sleep together while you are not there means they pimping him? Well,
Who's
not
pimping who? Man, he might be pimping them.
not well. You got to see. He's living it up now. See, right, like I told you, when those two women have a baby, they gonna be there for each other, and he gonna be out the door.
Right. They're gonna be using each other to babysit.
Yeah, that's what they do. So they ain't pimp. It's all.
But
it's
that's
working
a good
all
way
the
to.
way.
That's a good. But and that's what makes me think he's older, because he's acting as an older pimp. Like this would be something I would say Pimp C would be doing, or moving like Pimp C would be moving. Just an older guy who's trying to pimp on women, spit game to them, tell them this, tell them that. Tell me, yeah, we're gonna be in a relationship. I need two of y'all because we're gonna work together. That's the thing that goes on the internet. Is that not?
How is that pimping, Brandon, having two women?
It is because
you
don't think
on these European standards.
Oh, really? Okay, I am. Or
just like the
I've
black
just
lady.
ingratiated that because I think I only need one woman. How many women do you think we need?
Well, Brandon, put $10 million in your back pocket, and you may say you can have two of them.
You're right. But
and your wife may like be cool with it. She said, "Just give me 5 days a week." And let her stay in the doghouse outside.
But that's the thing. We have to strip all these things away from us, to strip us to our core to see what we really want or what we really want to do. And those sometimes are your foundational values. How many cars do I need? Huh?
We should strip it down to your core.
Because these are worldly things. Money, house, all these things. But what do I need to function? What do I need versus what do I want?
May need two wives.
Does he have two wives? Or you think that's what he's working towards?
Well, shit, they in his household, he paying the bills. I guess he got two wives. That's what it looks like to me.
It could be. We'll see how it plays out. Like I said, we're just speculating right now. It's a good conversation. And
watch this. Only time the government gonna get involved when the babies come out. So tell me this: the government don't care what you do. The time the baby come out, the government won't be all up in there. You see how it works, Brandon?
I do.
And here's another topic I want to talk about. Here's another topic. I think they need to get rid of child support.
Okay, why not? That's another good topic. Like I say, we didn't necessarily have anything we want to talk about, but this leans more to the side that Lewis hates women. Why do you think? Why do you think
I hate women?
Why do you think? Because that's something that benefits women. Why would you?
Wait, hold on. The laws are ungendered, Brandon. So what you mean they benefit women?
Well, what side usually gets child support majority of the time?
Probably the woman.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think you hate women, but I'm just setting up your argument to why.
What's my argument? Why?
That's what I'm. But yeah. Why?
Why would you think I'll say we don't need it, Brandon? Why?
I don't think you should have to make men take care of their kids. I don't think the government should have to step in to do that. But sometimes if you don't, a man may run off and not be involved financially or physically. You think that's fine?
And what's wrong with that?
Well, it's fine.
Obviously, that's not a man. That's a boy.
You're right. So you think the taxpayer shouldn't be responsible for you sleeping with a boy or you having a baby with a boy?
See, now you're blending welfare and child care.
But go ahead. I'm gonna let you go.
The government does not need to be involved in child support.
Okay.
A fully grown, full adult woman that's over 18 and an adult man that's over 18 should have enough say so if they want to bring a child in this world or not.
Okay.
And if they choose to bring a child, There should not be a system in place to regulate the incomes of supporting that child.
Okay.
We don't need it.
Okay. But what happens if, I guess, one party or the other is not pulling their weight?
I guess you picked the wrong mate. You shouldn't be having sex.
But then that's when the issue is the child is being neglected in a way. And that, I think that's why people tend to step in, because if somebody's having a baby with somebody and I don't get any support, I'm stressed out, I don't know what to do, the baby is going to suffer from
somebody like who? Somebody like who?
What do you mean?
You said if somebody they get no support, well, give the baby away.
Okay, so you think that's the answer? That's a good answer.
Terminate the baby. You done it before.
You can't say that. You can, but you can't.
you done it before.
But this time they said it was going to be different. They said they didn't want to do it that way because, morally they felt wrong. So this time the man said he's going to be there. He guaranteed I'm gonna be there for the child, and he's gone. So you think you should just give the baby up for adoption?
The court system should not be involved in the bedroom.
Okay.
All right. It's almost like marriage. The court system should not be involved with marriage.
I agree, but why not in marriage though?
Because
in what part?
So you make a racist judge come up there, unlike you, a biased judge, and they pick and choose how to split up assets.
Hold on, you're right.
Put Mr. Taylor thing on there.
Okay,
what you think about that, Brandon?
Child support needs to be itemized where every dollar must be accounted for. I've seen a woman use her child support money to buy her FWB. What's that? That's a
taco. Hey, that's the mom. The moms, they say the moms make the best decisions for the child. So,
but I do agree with that. Like, I think we should pay child support, but that money should go. You should know where your money's going. But it doesn't. Is that why you say no child support? Because the money it's automatically coming out of your paycheck. You don't know where it's going. You don't know whether it's going to somebody else's kid, the mother.
You don't need it. You don't need child support.
Why not? Why not? I guess. Okay, go ahead. Well,
get the government out the bedroom.
Okay, but the child is still going to need stuff, and it takes two people to create a child. And if one of them is missing or one of them is not pulling their weight, but that's what I'm just trying to get to.
All right, Brad. We posted a video. It's gonna come up next month.
Okay.
Me and the guy, this true story. Me and the guy worked together 48 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
He got his paycheck. His paycheck said $45.
Okay, you're right.
For working 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The last kid got $1.50 in child support. this is a week. This is in a week. He had like 5 to 6 kids. So the last, the first kid get the most, and it goes like in negative. At least 15 years ago. So should the woman or the man? Should the man had a kid if he can't pay more than $1.75 a week?
No, it's you shouldn't have done it. But since it's here, we have to have some kind of thing set up. So do you want a new child support system set up, or you just don't want anything at all?
Just get rid of it.
Okay. But that's what I'm saying. So we don't have it. The man disappears. So what is the woman supposed to do?
How the man disappears when Brandon go tell his daughter to pick a man, where his family at, he has a job, his history, his family's history. So what's the odds of a man disappearing if you done all your background work, Brandon, for your daughter?
But does that happen? It doesn't happen.
It's gonna happen to you, ain't it? You gonna tell your daughter.
Let me show you. You know why? Because this is what people want to do. They want to do finesse 2 times. They see that kind of stuff, and they think that's what kind of relationship I may want, right? They may want that now. And then if that doesn't work out, if finesse 2 times and his girlfriends don't work out and he disappear or he falls off, then what are those women supposed to do? Not ask for child support? What are they gonna do? Go dance at a club?
Women need to do their due diligence before they lay down with a man.
And women and men need to do the same thing, right?
Yes, but it's more prone for women because
they carry the baby.
Yes, a man could smile when he put your seed in you. You smile too, but you could die after that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And you carry that after that.
Yeah, and I guess that's a good way to wrap that up, because like men do whatever they want to do, but women, you have to be in charge of your body and in control of that. And just because somebody tells you something doesn't mean you go along with it and bring a child into the world not knowing, you know, what could happen. Like I said, you can be married for 10 years, have a baby, and the same thing can happen, but it's a little better chance if you have the foundation, you have a great partner, y'all been together, y'all talked about having a baby, than just meeting somebody and then just having a baby and hoping something happens. Hoping he's there.
And you meet the people, family and stuff.
Yeah. We got to get back to doing that kind of stuff. You're right. So yeah.
If you know if the man run out, all you gotta do is carry that baby, drop it right at the parents' door. Here you go. Here's your grandson.
That's true.
And walk off. And then what they gonna say? You see, once you know people, you can do things like that.
Right. Timothy said, I think if women feel they can't afford the kid, should give the father the option to have full custody of the kid and have her pay. Do you agree with that?
All right. In the perfect, if you want the world to be better, there would be no single moms. All the guys have to carry the kid. So, but if that happened, the streets won't be running around like they is now. Philadelphia and Chicago, they won't be busted in the Foot Locker stores, taking all the stuff out. Okay. You know, they won't be.
So you think men make better decisions? That's what you're saying.
A man, it'll be effed up, but a man will raise the child better. Now the woman, a woman raised by a man gonna be real tough, but.
What do you mean exactly? I get what you're saying, but what do you mean exactly?
Brady, you know that woman gonna be tough. Bitch, get out the way. I know how to change your you know, right.
I feel what you're saying.
Up there, motherfucker, pull your pants down. Give me the dick out there. Like God, some guys may like that.
Right, you're right, but you need balance. You need balance. You need a father raising and a mother raising.
All right, Brandon. Any more topic? We got 20-something more minutes.
I don't know what
you wanted to talk about. Black people supporting black people, so
I did.
Talk about that.
Well, let's not just do black people. You talking about the girl from Fast and the Furious? We're gonna say she might be a lesbian. You know which one I'm talking about?
Which one?
Vin Diesel girlfriend.
Okay, yeah. What about her?
She's clearly that's what type of woman.
Oh, yeah. You right about that. I don't need no jack. I lift this car up myself.
Right. But no, I was talking about how people are online and whether they support each other. But you want to look her up real quick? But yeah.
No, I already looked it up.
All right. I guess let me start off. Do you think people? So what do you think people do when they're on social media? Like, what's the purpose of social media? The social media apps? Is it to empower each other? Is it to laugh? What do you think? What do you think people use it for? Go ahead.
All right, for the consumer.
Yeah.
Social media is designed to make you realize you are not living in the basement, living paycheck to paycheck, and you eating too much noodles from the top of the refrigerator.
So it gives you a glimpse of the outside world.
It's escape.
So most people aren't living.
Why do black star businesses that hire Latinos? What's this man talking about?
Timothy, he says he's from
Chicago.
Okay, he's from Chicago. But like I said, we're not accustomed to that.
I am. Okay. You don't know this, Mr. Timothy. I told Brandon, encouraged Brandon multiple times to hire a Latino person.
Correct.
Hire that Spanish immigrant with no papers. Pay her under the table. Her name was Maria. She wanted $10 an hour, and she'll work 50 hours a week with no overtime. Brandon said, "I can't do
it." Correct. You did tell me to use that.
I worked for all that Tito's for 10 years. Show up every day at work. Only time they miss a day off is their wife had a baby.
Right. But
I come to Baltimore, and these niggas can't get to work.
Right. But why is that? What's wrong with us? And let's go chop back into our other topic. What's wrong with Black people where we can't depend on each other for support? We can't lift each other up because we're on social media. It's people that we know that see what we're doing. They see that you wrote a book. You're an author, Lewis. You're an author, right?
Allegedly. Yes, I am. I wrote a book, but it ain't like one of these. I'm a lyrics literature book. It's a book me talking like I'm talking.
Right, and that's a real book. So I'm not trying to put your numbers out of there, but how many people how many people that you know purchased the book? I bought the book. I gotta find it.
About 23 people.
Okay, well that's really good though. That is really good. Do they advertise?
That is good, Brandon.
But listen. That's better than I thought. I thought it was be about 5.
Brandon, this book, if people, okay, keep going.
But I'm just saying, it seems like it's a lot of things we can get behind, but we don't want to get behind it, and we're searching for stuff to get behind. But when we find something, we never get behind it. Why is that?
Black people are searching for things to get behind white people.
Wait, what?
All right, we ain't get behind no black person nothing.
Right, but are you saying we'll get behind a white
2 times a year? What's the black holiday?
Juneteenth, yes.
You got Juneteenth. And Black History Month. You go to Walmart, buy stuff from Walmart, think you're buying black, but you ain't. You know,
right?
We won't get behind nothing.
Right. And Timothy, are you black? Because we don't know your race. We just talking to you. We're chatting with you. We're not sure what you are, but you're going to.
He's black. His name is Timothy Taylor. That rhymes, man.
That don't mean nothing. That doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah,
so you're saying black parents pick their name out that way?
Yeah, his name rhymes together.
Right. But back to our topic. It seemed like we should be supporting each other more. We should be liking each other's pictures more, but we're not. We should be liking each other's content more. Like I'm pretty sure, because we've talked about other content creators that we watch and we've shouted some out, even though they're bigger than us and they probably won't hear it. But that's what we're supposed to do. Like, if you know somebody's giving good information, you should put people on, whether it's going to help you or help them. Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Okay.
But we don't do that. We get jealous if another black person has something. We get jealous that person has what they got.
Okay, so he's 2 black parents, one from Chicago. Also, he got a good mix.
Yeah,
Arkansas that's a wild place to try to grow up.
What decade was your parents born in?
Yeah, that's a good question. Or how old you are? Are you?
Yeah, if his parents were born in the 50s or the 60s, it's about to say ain't no difference between Arkansas and Chicago. One got
so why?
You know, only difference is I don't know. Actually, do they eat biscotti and fried fish in Chicago?
Yes, they do.
So, okay, you know, that's about to be like the only difference like that. You know.
But like I said, we've talked about how we I guess we mentioned Dr. Claude Anderson.
Okay. Born in the 40s.
Dang.
Ain't no difference. Here's the difference between Chicago and Arkansas. Whoever was born in Chicago, they knew how to get slick if they had to get slick to go out. and who was born in Arkansas, well, they had to go out. They just go out there with t-shirt holding the wall place. You know, right. So ain't no difference.
All right, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine being in Arkansas in the 40s, but you know, people act like things weren't racist really. People weren't discriminating against you. That's a tough life, in the 40s in Arkansas.
Well, you got to remember the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. Not a lot, but some black people migrated to places like Chicago, to places like New York.
Right.
Like who his parents, his grandparents, they probably went up there because the wars was going on, and they could have had some opportunity to get
more money or better.
They get out racist South to go to a racist North, and the money may be better. They may not want to work in the fields down here to work in the factories up there.
Well, that's something I want to ask you. How do you think Chicago is racist? Like, how we know how it is racist in the South, but how would you describe the racism in Chicago? Like, is it
all right? My sister could take a trip to Chicago and be on a yacht. But the older days you see on TV is gang shoot 'em up.
That's true. Because Chicago is a beautiful city. Like, I've seen a lot of Chicago. My wife actually has visited Chicago for work, and depending on where you are, it's amazing. It's a lot of money being not a lot of money. It's a lot of money circulating in Chicago for sure.
Chicago is like the third biggest place for business in America.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But when they're racist up there, Brandon.
But that's what I'm saying.
Riots.
But that's what I'm saying. How does the racism differ from the South? Because, like you say, people from the South migrated to Chicago, to some of these upper states, but they were racist still. You know what I'm saying?
The difference is the South was saying in your face. People in Chicago, they either throw a brick or put it in paper. They'll put it in paper.
I got you.
And boy, Mr. Taylor, if your parents are still here, get all the information you could get for them. Because the 1940s was a completely different world, and wonderful people in America is trying to erase that history.
Yeah. And that's a good point. Like, we don't talk to our grandparents, our parents enough and soak up some of the information that they're trying to give them, because we're on our phones doing whatever we're doing. What the man say? If you're black and you don't look mixed and go date a Latino in an all Latino hood, you're either getting jumped or they're going to throw a brick at your car.
I told you, they used to call a brick Scottish confetti, man. Back in the
Scottish confetti.
Yeah. Back in the 20s. See, here's the thing. Here's how they work. After slavery that happened, the up north people said, "Dog, man, we don't want these Negroes to come up in here. So let's have some more immigrants come in here."
Yeah.
So the immigrants was coming in. Black people from down south was trying to move up there, and the people, like the Polish people, the Italian people, the Scottish people, did they come over here as white people, Brandon?
Did they come here as white people? Yes, technically, yes, they did.
No.
Okay, why do you say that?
They was not Anglo-Saxon,
no,
American white people. So there was a lower class. So you had
okay, well, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
You got your white people. You have your Scottish, Italians, whatever. Then you have your black people.
That's what I was going to say. They're not us. They're not immigrants, or they're not other. They're
what these people had to do is sell their souls.
We're not going to say that. Just pretend that their culture.
Okay, had to assimilate. So that's selling your souls, right? And do everything. Start these unions. Do everything to keep these black people for trying to come up there and penetrate what they got.
And I think we talked about it before, how they get into police, not the police, I guess the police corps, and just expand that and kind of take over the police union and run that. And we never took over an industry, and we never had a stronghold over anything. We're just the consumer, and we're just on the bottom with people walking on us.
Correct. They put it in paper. They'll say stuff like, if your daddy was a policeman, you get preferential treatment for
right,
for your son be one.
Right. So it's easy for you to come aboard, because it's like we welcome you in. We'll let everybody in, kind of, but we'll definitely let you in, depending on your background, your heritage. What did it say? My mother's parents from Mississippi and only moved to Chicago because a white woman accused her uncle of some Me Too stuff. So the entire family tree had to move to Chicago, Ohio, Detroit.
You know what's? I almost put a tear in my eye. You know what that's effed up, Brady. You know how often that happens.
A lot.
My granddaddy, World War II vet,
Mm-hmm.
working at the school. A white man called him the N-word. He cursed him out. Ain't nobody in Union, South Carolina had on my granddaddy. He had to move to get another job.
Yeah. And that being on code? Is the other side on code?
Oh, yeah.
Are we on code? And that's the disconnect. We're never on code. And can we be on code? Like, if we all decided to rise up and back each other, then we would be on code. But it seemed like it's we just don't want to do it. And like I said, back to what we were talking about, social media and stuff, we just don't. I don't know how we're programmed not to support each other, but that's what we do. And we got to get better at supporting each other's ventures. Like if you're doing a podcast, you're making t-shirts, selling candles, whatever you see somebody doing, man, just throw some money into it. Be like, hey, I believe in you. You don't even have to buy it, but just tell them, hey, I see what you're doing. Keep it up. What you about to say?
With social media, you don't have to throw money. Just throw a like and a share.
They don't want to do it.
And that gets the person in the algorithm.
You're right.
Till somebody may really like their stuff.
Yeah.
But again, Mr. Taylor, learn all the information. If it's a blessing, if you have your parents, learn all the history you can learn from your parents about their parents. Yeah. You can't get a lot because Black people back then did not used to talk. Like, we talk about baby daddies and baby mamas.
Uh-huh.
You couldn't talk about that back then. You get slapped in your face.
Right. You can't ask no questions. You couldn't ask a lot of questions back in the day. You just had to kind of go along with it. And older people, they have a hard time kind of giving up that information because they don't think you want to hear it because it's such a
you don't need to hear it. It's about image.
No, I'm not talking about necessarily that, but some of the gems that they have and they've experienced, they're trying to pass down to you. Like I'm pretty sure that your grandparents had gems that they could have passed down to you, or just life experience stuff that's valuable to you that you could share with somebody else.
Like my mom said, she's 72. She said her parents or grandparents, they didn't really have to say too much.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really have to say too much.
They didn't have to say too much because it was understood, or what?
No,
do you mean?
You don't get no gossip. You don't.
No, they don't. No, okay.
They had hoes, tramps, hustlers, pimps. Look at this woman back here. In the what's her name?
I can't see who it is.
Brittany Griner. Brittany.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
She F 35 people. Like back in the day, they won't never say that. I had sex with this many people. Everything was always on the up and up. Had to hide the babies.
Right. But do you think they did that just because I guess it'll make them look bad if you're talking about it, or it just wasn't something you discussed because it doesn't really matter. That's none of your business, no way.
No, it's shameful. We need to bring about shame.
So you think it's a good thing to?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out.
Daisy Dukes. Daisy Dukes. Shameful.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about sex in public. Shameful.
Mm-hmm. Timothy said, my mother's father's ancestor, slave master, was a white woman named Kate Lewis. She used a clothing iron to mark her slaves.
And I believe it. If we, Mr. Taylor, if we get a good amount of listeners, I will do a presentation on the white woman and a book I'm kind of reading, but white women own 40% of the slaves, Brandon. And they may act like they were just soft and innocent, but they was always about business.
Right.
Always.
And like you say, when we talked about language and them using it as a weapon, like that's always been a thing, So, I mean, it goes hand in hand. People like to forget history and act like it doesn't affect the present and the future, but it does. Everything that they did has affected us now and for the future. So, I don't know. Go ahead.
In the book I'm reading, here's a story. A white woman bought a slave boy.
Mm-hmm.
kept the slave for a year. The slave got sick and died. Guess what she done, Brandon?
What'd she do?
Sued the person she bought it for, saying this slave was out of warranty.
Wow.
Took the man to court because the slave died a year later.
And is this property or this is people? Like these are people, but
to them it's property.
It's property for them for sure.
Or you come around, you know how people like to stunt, like black people have all of the gold and jewelry. Yeah. Back then, you come around, they said line the slaves up.
Right.
So when the people come through, they can see, oh, you got a lot of
like somebody visits your house or whatever.
Yeah. And the slaves just line up like this. And we used to see that in movies.
Right. Yeah.
That was flashing.
Right. How do you feel about slave movies? They do they've slowed down a little bit, but they still do like to make slave movies. Do you think it's a good thing for us to see? Because we do know what happened to slaves. I mean, most of us do, but do you think it's a better idea to make more positive movies about us doing other things, or just make more slave movies or more Tyler Perry type movies where they're showing black people in these negative roles? How do you feel about that?
I think they need to make more realistic movies that puts the.
I think they feel like they do. They do. That's black men cheating on women, being in dysfunctional relationships. Like those.
No, we talk about slave. No, you talk about.
Yeah.
You mixed.
But I'm talking about both. Okay. Well, let's stay with slaves. Let's stay with slaves then. So you think that really happened? So should we make those movies or keep making them, or do we have enough?
They should have a person like me make those movies, because everyone be like a horror movie I make, because that's what it was.
Yeah, it was.
And we could do horror movies after slavery. That was even after slavery was even more horrible.
Okay. Did you want to touch on some of that stuff? Because like I say, I've heard some things like, people keeping body parts. Okay, go ahead.
No, we can't. Nah, you can't, because that's a little deeper. Yeah, slavery, they treated black people, this may be polarizing. Black people got treated worse once they got freed.
But you wouldn't think that would be the case, right?
Why it won't be the case? Brandon, will you go outside and put a brick through your car window right now? Will you do it?
No, I would not do it.
Okay. Or tell me what's more likely. You got to throw a brick at a car. Will you throw one at the car you own, the car you don't own?
The car I don't own.
There you go. So once you start on the state, they was easily get thrown bricks at. That's all it is.
I did want to touch on some of the things. So, we did a video talking about Colorado before we go, and how the coach was a little racist, right? You want to read this comment before we switch up?
That sounds about right. I believe that. Are those kids in the house, those house kids? Yeah, it's boy, how slavery was awful, man.
Yeah.
Slavery was awful.
But no.
Now, what you were saying, Brandon? We about to wrap it up pretty soon.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to read some of the comments for that video, because we did say we did a video about that coach. We were saying you said he was racist for how he came on the field. I think I might have said it was like a public. I can't remember what word I used, but they put it on stage. They wanted to make a big scene of him running up the score against Deion. So it's like, you're not in this league, you're not in our league, to make a big statement. So I guess certain people felt a certain way about it. I can't remember if this was a comment that I saw, but did you read some of the comments? Because I know you did.
Yeah, I replied to all of them, man.
Yeah. How do you feel about what people were saying? I guess some of the feedback that you saw. I'm trying to think.
I have no issues. Those are people's opinions.
Okay.
But me with my being bred, learn how to live around white supremacy. I understand the dog whistles. Why I hear them.
Okay.
I hear them.
So I think, and I thought about it, I said, no, I do stand by everything that we said, even if people disagree with what we said. Like I said, this channel isn't for people just to agree with everything that we say. We do want to hear what other people say and how they feel about what we say and how they see things.
Remember this, Brandon?
Yes. So
they used to think black people all dancing and gleaming like Watch this, like Hollywood. You remember that?
Jug, yes.
And he said the word Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, watch this.
That's a good point.
We are people with substance.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, they used to say black people can't join the army because they don't have enough heart. They don't have enough substance to fight. Ain't this man said the same thing?
Yeah, you're right. People even said black people couldn't be quarterbacks because we're not intelligent enough to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
Or run an offense and just stuff like that. So people, they may try not to let some of their feelings ooze out or how they really think about us come out, but we can kind of see it. We kind of pick up on it. And like I say, it's okay. At least you go ahead.
He do things for clicks. I do things for wins. They'll say a black person wear all this flash or hood rich. That's for clicks.
Correct.
You know, but they tried to build a house. You see, all the stuff is undertone. All the stuff is undertone, man.
Yeah. But if we call it out, why get so offended by it, or why, because like I said, I haven't seen this person comment or these people comment, but it just seemed like certain people kind of pop up on certain videos because they want to defend their race so bad against what we're trying to say. And we're not saying anything negative. We just telling how we feel about it or what we see. They may not see what we see. They may not hear the things we hear in certain coding. Timothy said Colorado physically beat up and mentally drained from the Chicago State. When I agree, like I say, we'll see what happens next week. But it was no way I thought they were going to be able to keep up with Oregon.
Mr. Taylor says something. I disagree. I understand since I'm black, but I disagree, Mr. Taylor. If your mama white, your wife is white, and your grandma was white, that make you white. That's all I gotta say. So they ain't no half coach. They ain't no half coach. That's a white man right there.
So you can't say that.
Who your mama is, Brandon? Brandon, who raised you, Brandon?
My mother. I'm gonna say Miss P. Miss P.
Then who raised your mama? Exactly. Black on black.
Can you say factually that he's not black?
He's not.
In your eyes, that's an opinion.
Granted, he's mixed, so how can he be black anyway?
Well, isn't that what they say? He had one drop, and then the one drop rule. It's all up in the air anyway.
So now you move the goalposts like I did.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's all opinions anyway, right? Because this is something somebody created. Because
no, mine ain't opinions. Mine say usually a child is recognized by who his mom is.
Okay,
but so that's why you have a mixed black girl. Her mom white. The black girl be acting white. If the mixed girl mom was black, she'd be acting black.
Okay, but still, you can still say I'm mixed. I'm half and half, right? So technically, he can say he's white. He can say he's black and still be right. Just like somebody could say I'm transgender. Now I could be whatever I want to be. In this world, you can be whatever you want to be, right?
Brandon, your mom teaching you. That's how important women are in life.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying. Your
mom gonna raise you. Brandon, if your mom was white, you'll be a white man right now.
I'm disagreeing with that, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
And those dreads in your head, you'll be going through a midlife crisis. See, now you do it as power, but if your mom was white, it'd be a midlife crisis right now. You'd be going, I got to connect with my black side.
I get what you're saying, but some people may feel like it's the other way. If your dad is black, then you're black.
Look at this woman in the background. Look at this woman in the background. She sure acting like a white woman.
How so?
Nah, don't you? We ain't get like that. But you know what I'm talking about, though.
I do know what you're talking about. But we'll get in some more stuff next time. We're trying to keep it at an hour. We did pretty good, and it's some topics that I want to ask you about because you texted me about Stephen A. Smith, and even before you texted me about it, I watched a couple of interviews with Stephen A. Smith.
About what?
about he might be right. He may be coming back around, I guess, because we
Okay,
kind
I
of
like him now. How you be talking? If you listen to him talk, I like him now.
Yeah, same here. So maybe we'll cover some of that stuff. If we do, we may do a show tomorrow. So we'll see. Like I say, thank you guys for watching. We're gonna keep it short because I don't want Lewis trying to go through so much not edit. I mean content, but it's a lot trying to edit and keep up with this stuff. He's doing a great job with the content. So make sure you checking it out. Make sure you liking and sharing and supporting the channel. You want to say anything else before we get out of here?
Like and subscribe, guys. Thank you.
All right.